Hey, what up? What up? Daddy Man with the iconic Michael Mann lighting filter and the stuff from my glasses. Let's see what it's like. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Earl Skakel in the house. Monday Night Raw, baby dolls. Let's see if I can turn the black. Hold on here. Whoa. Let's just see my password. Let's see. We'll turn off that red background. Let's see how this works. Fuck yeah. How about this? Bingo, dude. I am a lighting. Whoa, 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 whoa. Be cool, be cool. I'm a lighting expert in the Earl world. You know, we're just chilling. We're just chilling. Peter Chicken Man Brennan. I don't know who Stephanie Wilder Taylor is, to be completely honest with you. But, I don't think he steals jokes, to be honest with you. I've heard that before, but it was from Bitter Comics, so. And oh my God, is this a rare case of me sticking up for him? But, a lot of times I've seen this happen a lot. And it's happened to me, where someone will come up to me and give me a joke or a joke idea. Hey, you should do this joke. And what happened was they heard the joke at some shitty open mic I wasn't at. So they're not stealing the joke for themselves. They're stealing the joke to give to me. So that way, if I get busted with the joke, they can claim plausible deniability. So, well, I would agree with you there, inappropriate. But I am a comic and I'm not bitter. Now, I've been accused of being bitter in the full disclosure. But I'm honest. There's a big difference. You can give an honest opinion. Like when I said Schaub's special wasn't funny, the first kind of blowback was, well, you're just jealous you don't have a special. Not at all. I could have 100 specials out. I still wouldn't think that special was good. So, and I'm not even hating on Schaub. The few times I've interacted with him at the store, he's been nice to me. It's nothing but a fist bump. Hey, dude, what's happening? And the one time I brought him up at the Improv, he followed me, and we were tag teaming, so that means there's no host. So the comic on stage brings up the next comic. I gave him a really nice intro. He gave me a fist bump, said, good job, dude. And, well, Daniel, usually I only sing songs when people super chat me. But since it's your birthday, I don't know if I'm as honest as Jeff Ross. He's a pretty honest guy. Happy birthday to you. Notice it's perfect pitch. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniel. Hit the like and subscribe button. Happy birthday to you. And many more on Channel 4. This is my hobby, bitch. Trolls coming in early. So is Dante going to have Jay Leno attend his comedy camp? If Jay Leno's lucky, Dante's a fucking buffoon. Notice he doesn't do the Black Lives Matter stuff anymore because it's not really in the new right now. I don't know who that is, William Zoom. I'm not against them, but I'm not for them either. I couldn't name you one Queen of Stone Age song. Well, Half Eaten, we welcome the trolls in here because, frankly, I've never met a troll that's gotten the best of me. I'm undefeated because I'm happy in my life. I live in $1 million condo, drive a $70,000 car. I'm a paid regular at the #1 club in the world, the Comedy Store. I've been on every network you can name. I'm good in life, thank you. So troll away. Hit the like and subscribe button before you troll. It's respect. It's respect. Any feedback from shouting out the Brennans last night? Yeah, I've not. No, I've yet to heard of any. Besides the Steelers, who do you want to see in the Super Bowl? I like Detroit just because I am cool. Thank you. How are you so rich? Well, I didn't say I was rich. I just said I'm happy. Um, Russell Peters is rich. So I can afford what I want in life, which is minimal. I can walk into Erewhon and buy a sandwich and have money in the bank still. I can take a girl to Dan Tana's and tip everyone in the restaurant Ray Liotta Goodfellas style. I'm not Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has homes in multiple states, compounds, really, not even homes. I have a nice condo in a very expensive part of town. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a minimalist, but I don't need much. Do I need the amount of leather jackets that I have? Probably not. Well, some people would argue that, Happy, but I'm a performer. Well, I don't know how much money Shab has. What do you think of how comedy went right wing chic? I mean, it's popular now, and in 2028, if Gavin Newsom wins or whoever the Democratic nominee is, it'll go back to kind of like, well, we can't say these things. I mean, comedy is like music; it literally comes and goes to both sides. Right now, the most popular panel show is Gutfeld. Whereas a couple of years ago it was like this show sucks. These right wing comics are brutal, and now it's like, they sell out theaters. How much would you pay to see an open micer get tased? I mean, I wouldn't pay anything. I could see it for free. Um, I don't know what's wrong with that ACDC, the Skakel man. Well, I don't know if I rule LA, but I'm keeping it real. I don't. I wouldn't say I rule LA, but I'm a soldier in the LA comedy world, and I'm in too deep now. I'm trying to be the king of content of YouTube. I'm just relentless. Some of my videos get 15 views, some of them get 2,000. Um, yeah, I mean, but I like Detroit because I think Jared Goff really got fucked over with his time in LA. So it's good to see someone who got kind of stuck out to the pastures be like, F you. Um, how many comics have day jobs? Probably 75%, maybe more. Um, Interesting, William. Interesting. Do you have a show? Well, I have a podcast called Inappropriate Earl. If you like cartoons, I'm currently the father on Tyler the Creator's The Jellies, which is on HBO Max, Adult Swim, and the Cartoon Network. You can see me on Roast Battle Season 1 only on Comedy Central's, I guess, website if you really are desperate for entertainment. I was on the Showtime show about the Comedy Store. I'm dying up here, and a lot of stand up is on my YouTube page. I will warn you, some of the older clips I posted, they don't sound great because the audience wasn't mic'd, but like most of my recent Comedy Store clips sound really good because the audience was mic'd. My favorite Britney Fox song, Save the Week, which basically killed their career because they were just trying to cash in on the power ballad and it didn't work, but I love that song. Uh, oh, that's interesting. Um, I don't know. I kind of want to do an old school iMac Earlverse show just to see if the numbers would be any better, or the views would just sink back to 100. Yeah, Long Way to Love's a great song. I mean, the guitar solo. I mean, he gets a lot of shit because of his crazy wig he was wearing, but Michael Kelly Smith, great guitar player. You never hear his name mentioned in the 80s greats, but he was an original member of Cinderella. And basically, right before they got signed, the record company said, "Get rid of this guy, and we'll give you a record deal." Basically, this guy's too ugly. So I think they brought in Jeff LaBar because he kind of looked like Jake E. Lee. So I could see them wanting, like, hey, maybe people think it's Jake E. Lee. And then the rest is history. I mean, I think Brittany Fox's first record went gold, which was a big deal back then. My favorite sports arena stadium in California. I mean, I'll always be partial to um, the Forum. I do have a podcast. It's called Inappropriate Earl. It's on Apple Podcast. Pass on Typo. I'm just not a huge fan. I'm not a hater, though. If you like them, that's cool. But I just have so many fond memories of the Forum. I mean, as a kid, I was at the Miracle on Manchester when the Kings were down 5-0 to Edmonton late in the third period, and they came back. I was at the last hockey game ever at the Forum when the Kings and Mighty Ducks was a preseason game, and they got in some wild pregame brawl. Not pregame brawl, but first period brawl. Saw a prime Guns N' Roses, Kiss on the reunion tour. Um, yeah, 100% Ross. Well, I do like SoFi Stadium. I mean, I don't think it's laid out very well, which is crazy that literally two billionaires put this thing together. I do know Bobby Lee. We share the same birthday. But I remember at Metallica, it was, who was it? It was Mammoth, Pantera, and Metallica. My friend is in Mammoth, so I went to go see mainly for that. And I went to go get merch, and it was just like walking into ant farm, like, and the corridors are pretty tiny given the amount of people that are there, and the parking sucks. All right, have a good one, halfway hooker. I don't know. Oh, I do know Annie Biggs. I do know Annie Biggs. Annie Biggs is the creator of the infamous pilot I was on, Damaged Goods, that literally, I'm blown away that this was never even pitched. For those of you not knowing what I'm talking about, I mean, the Forum is in the hood, but they've renovated it, and you definitely don't want to park on the street. But I just have so many fond memories of the Forum, and but yes, Annie Biggs was the director, creator of the pilot from May of 2012 on a show I did called Damaged Goods, also starring Melissa Villasenor from Saturday Night Live, Gabriel Tigerman, who is like probably the number one commercial actor of all time. His wife is also Brian Callen's. Thank you, Half-Eaten Accuser. And, we shot on the set of Rizzoli and Isles in Santa Clarita. Everyone called in a favor. The hair and makeup people were all working hair and makeup people. I think the set designer had won an Academy Award. Like, literally everybody worked for free on this thing. And it was just, even at the table read, I just remember everyone's getting laughs, everyone's getting along, and we had just all met, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. And the last scene we shot was very experimental at the time with a 3D camera, which are like 50 grand a day to rent. We got it for free. I did the voiceover for it, and it was never even pitched. Robert Peters, one of the great character actors of the last 10 years, he was in it. And it was just Hollywood in a nutshell. Never even pitched. So there is a fully shot and edited pilot of this show that was never pitched. I mean, it's insane. The work, and I mean, they shot scenes in Dallas and came back. Like, it's just but like mind blowing. But there's also tons of pilots that aired and just never took off. I never met Angie Harmon. So oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I do. I watched MLC today for I don't know 20 minutes or something, and then had to hop on a business phone call. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that. I mean, it could have been good because the cast was amazing. I mean, just I'll never forget, and not knowing anyone in the room except for Melissa, and we didn't really know each other that well. Like looking back at that table read, and then looking back now, every person on that show works to this day. I mean, Robert Peters is he's like a grizzled looking you know character actor. Melissa obviously works. I work. Gabriel Tigerman works. There's another guy named Matt with a walrus mustache that he's probably the second most in-demand commercial actor next to Gabe. He works. He's in every commercial you see, basically. Brian Drolet works. Nick Nicotero works. You know, I'm trying to think who else was in that. Ben Morrison works. Like it's crazy. Like there's not one person attached from that pilot that does not work today. And the premise of the show was basically, it's The Office meets Always Sunny in Philadelphia. A Chicken Man in terms of that. I mean, I would say I'm suited to have the best voice for baritone roles. I don't really know of Joey's work, so but I know if you're referencing him, he's got to have a good voice. I think my one-time friend in season one roast battle, castmate Christy Cielo, she has like that super high pitched. It's almost like she's talking like a baby. She's got an amazing voice. I'm really surprised she hasn't ended up on a cartoon. The Raiders are pretty bad, no doubt about it. But they have to clean house. They just have to. I don't. You got to be bad to be good for a while. It's like you look at the Kings, and the Kings win 2 out of 3 cups. They had 1 or 2 good years after that, but the problem is they didn't really like. And then they started to be bad, and so you got to acquire the draft picks. You got to trade off the older players, and that's what they eventually did. And now they're good again. I mean, you look at. I'm talking hockey now, but you look at some of the Kings' best players. It's Quentin Byfield, who's a second draft pick overall. Alex Turcotte, who's a 5th overall draft pick. Brant Clark, who was 9th overall draft pick. Et cetera, et cetera. They are. You get those high draft picks because you didn't do very well. So that's what the Raiders have to do. And I think Vegas is a weird town. I would pass on a Black Label Society. I mean, I'm a Jake E. Lee guy in full disclosure, but I do like Zach's work after Jake in Ozzy. Which comic let fame go to his head the most? I would say Leslie. I mean, Leslie, I knew her when she lived in her car. And she's very generous when she, I'll say this, and I'm an open book. Leslie tips the people who park her car $100. Like I tip 20, and that's good. But so she's got some good things too. But she definitely, I think, has a aura. I'm going to run the light because I'm who I am. If you don't like it, fuck off. My birthday was September 17th, so thank you. Well, I mean, I think Aussie guitar players are, it's a matter of taste. Like a lot of people love the pinch harmonics of Zakk Wylde. I like Jakey Lee better. A lot of people, think there was no one else after Randy Rhoads. Hell, I even like Brad Gillis in his very brief time in Ozzy. And, I'll even give a shout out to Joe Holmes, who I saw play at the Forum, I think on the Osmosis tour. I believe he took lessons from Randy Rhoads. So he was a very, very technical guitar player. So, well, I don't like, Black Label Society is a little too gruff for me. Ernie Hudson is still running the light. Hello. That's Dave Taylor's line, not mine. Some of my favorite one-hit wonders. Well, I mean, I don't classify the Outfield as a one-hit wonder, but I mean, certainly their biggest song was Play D or Your Love. But I was talking with someone the other day about the Outfield because their second drummer, not the original drummer Alan Jackman, but their second drummer Simon Dawson is now the new drummer in Iron Maiden. So that's kind of a weird, like, you wouldn't think a drummer from the Outfield would play in Maiden, but so I thought that was pretty cool. The Kings play at crypto.com. Well, I mean, they have a lot of good hits, like All the Love in the World, Since You've Been Gone. That's a great breakup song, or a post-breakup song. Just if you listen to the words, it's like, damn, some guy must have really burned, or some girl must have really burned Tony Lewis. Since you've been gone, there's no one taking your place. I mean, ain't that the true about the one girl you feel that got away? Like, there's other girls, but no one's taking her place. I mean, just shit like that. Since you've been gone, I don't know. I'm not in the right mindset to remember the words. Yes, Since You're Gone's a great car. The Outfield kind of like the Cars, where the Cars, their debut album was great. Didn't really have that mega hit, but all the songs were good. Where the Outfield, Play Deep, Your Love was just gigantic. I mean, it's still played, 38 years later. But there were some good songs on that first album, like Mystery Man, Got a Letter from a Mystery Man. That's a good song. And Every Time You Cry was a great ballad. And then they had some good songs. Since You've Been Gone was on the second album, I think, Bangin'. And then even in the later albums, like the third album, I think it was Rock Eye and, My Paradise, think I might get lucky tonight. Let my hair down, get a little crazy, yeah. My reflection's doing all right. On my left, to my right, this is my paradise. You can call it what you like. Of course, in the video, Alan Jackman had left the band at that time. Paul Reed was the drummer in the video, and then Simon Dawson came in. Where else? What other fucking stream can you get a breakdown of the Outfield's drummers? Hit the like button. So, and the subscribe button, pretty please. I'm trying to think of some other one-hit wonders. I mean, I like Alpha Bill, Forever Young. That's a great song. My Animotion, Obsession. I mean, I don't know if you'd consider Bow Wow Wow a one-hit wonder, but I liked I Want Candy, but my favorite Bow Wow Wow song is Do You Want to Hold Me? Children, I want to warn you, whoa, whoa, that I've been to California, whoa, where Mickey Mouse is such a demon, whoa, whoa, ba-da-ba-ba-da-da, whoa, ba-da-ba-ba-da-da, and I cry all night. Do you want to hold me tight? Now, that was an interesting band because Annabelle Lewin was 14 when she was discovered. Hello! And then very sexualized in those early photo shoots. Boing! And then the drummer had like almost like a Jamaican Cuban beat to the drums, so they had a eclectic sound. So looking at the music videos, very interesting. You mean the Bow Wow Wow videos? Yeah. Hello. Wait, hold on. Is Dalia really in the chat? You know, we're friends on online anyway. Boing. Um, oh, I didn't know that was a cover song. Yeah, Billy Squire was, he was good. Rat opened for him at some point early on in their career. I mean, I Want Candy Spas is a good song. I just like Do You Want to Hold Me better. Yeah, I mean the Cobra soundtrack, that's a real fucking bop. Well, I think what killed Billy Squire was that one video where, he was like a hardcore rocker, like almost like a Billy Idol type. And then he did that one video where he's prancing around in like leggings and a tutu. And it's like, oh man, this guy's a real, I'll use a Dabbleverse term. This guy's a real piazza. Boing. So, yeah, that was an interesting, one video, it's kind of like the the Twisted Sister video for Leader of the Pack. That literally sunk their career, because they were already kind of teetering on, oh man, this next song better be a hit. And then they did that video. I don't know about Bryan Adams being a one-hit wonder. He had some pretty big hits, Heaven, Summer '69, Run to You, One Night Love Affair, Everything I Do for You. That song he did with Tina Turner. I mean, he's hardly, I'm just, hope you don't like Gary Glitter's personal choices. He was a real Pat Patterson, if you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of other one-hit wonders. Martin Briley is, um, I don't think they had a hit, Chicken Man. They were a wonder. Hello! Martin Briley has my favorite breakup song, Salt in My Tears. Now listen to these words and tell me it doesn't hit everyone in this stream, myself included. If you know some of my recent situations, feeling neglected, used and rejected, you need a shoulder to lean upon. Maybe you picked 'em, found your next victim. Don't worry, someone will come along. I saw you laugh when the knife was twisted. It still hurts, but the pain has shifted. I mean, it doesn't that hit everyone in this stream right now, whether you'll admit it or not? You mentioned the Lions, everyone talking about the head coach's tobacco-stained teeth. I mean, I haven't looked at it that closely. Yeah, I mean, Vanilla Ice, definitely a one-hit wonder. That's a great song. Let me see. 100%. I mean, I can, listen, I believe Michael Jackson was a pedo, what? But hey, I mean, Beat It's a great song. Cisco, the Mexican comic. Come on, Chicken Man. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Big, I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Lay it on the line of peace and truth. Just to be the one to be with you. How about Aldo Nova in Fantasy? You talk about a guy who should have been bigger. I did not steal that line from Scott Hall, at least not knowingly. For those of you wondering what Bob the Slob is talking about, check out my AEW promo to MVP, my short from Saturday. So it's 2 shorts ago. Yeah, I mean, Billy. I mean, there's some great. I mean, we could go on all night. I mean, really, Flock of Seagulls, I ran, although I do, my favorite song of Flock of Seagulls is a Space Age Love Song. But yeah, Aldo Nova was like Bon Jovi before Bon Jovi, but he just, he never really hit. I mean, Fantasy got some decent video play on like USA, Up All Night. But that's a guy who MTV should have broke. But, for every rat that really lucked out on MTV, there's an Aldo Nova that, just should have been bigger but wasn't. What up, Ross? What up, Ross? Yeah, I mean, he's super talented guy, and people wanted to help, and I think Bon Jovi did an album with him in like uh 90, maybe late 80s, where he was like, "Hey man, even Bon Jovi was like, hey man, I want to help you," but just by then, the 80s metal scene was in full force, and then grunge coming up, and then boy bands, so it just wasn't in the cards, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he was as good looking as Bon Jovi, but he was probably just as, if not more talented. Yeah, it's all good, I mean, the spas. I mean, I guess Terrence Trent D'Arby, you could say, was a one-hit wonder with "Wishing Well." Rockwell. I always feel like somebody's watching me and have no fantasy. Oh, oh, when I come home at night. Um, so I mean, yeah, I'm not too familiar with Aldo's personality. I mean, um, I'm trying to think of other one-hit wonders. Well, Cliff Richards, "We Don't Talk Anymore" from the '70s. That was a big hit. Um, who was the guy who sang Black Superman? Muhammad. Muhammad Ali. He floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. I mean, that song was on the radio in the late '70s every fucking hour. Um, I mean, I'm not super, but I mean, I would say, Spot, most American fans would really only be able to name "We Don't Talk Anymore." Yeah, "The Promise" is a great song. That video's always. I mean, there's so many great one-hit wonders. I'm trying to think of from that Chumbawamba. They had that one big "Kissing the Night Away." I get no doubt. I'm trying to think of. I mean, although, well, I wouldn't say Blue Oyster Cult's a one-hit wonder, but they really only had two big hits. Was it "Don't Fear the Reaper" and "Burning for You"? Eddie Murphy, "Girl, I don't understand it. Why you always hurt me? My girl wants to party all that." Well, I mean, Rick James, although I wouldn't say he was a one-hit wonder, but obviously, if you ask most people to name a Rick James song, "Super Freak" is the first one. Don Jones. Didn't Philip Michael Thomas have a marginal hit? I mean, this is a great subject. So many one-hit wonders. I mean, from all genres. I mean, especially disco. "Disco Inferno" by the Tramps. I mean, I can't name a second song by them. Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, Joe Walsh's solo career. "In the City." Ah, ah. Um, I don't think he had a hit though, William. Um, and then there was, I mean, Miami Vice had some one-hit wonders on there. Um, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, there's so many. Like, if we, Laura Branigan, Gloria. Although she had another hit, but Gloria was like huge. Juice Newton, "Angel in the Morning." Uh, but I mean, I'm saying, like, if you ask most people to name a Joe Walsh solo, not Eagles, obviously, but I think most people would say "In the City." Um, you know, yeah, Betty Davis Eyes. I mean, can you name one other Kim Carnes song? I think she had another marginal, like a B-side hit, but really. Uh, I couldn't name you one Jethro Tull song. Yes, "Animal Mother." I don't believe he had a song called "The Hog." Hello, boing, 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 boing. I'm trying to think of other. Yeah, I mean, Badfinger. I mean, really, I know their debut was. I think it was one of the highest selling debuts of all time, but Now I could name more songs by them, but Boston, everyone's going to name More Than a Feeling. Of course, they had Amanda and Don't Look Back, but most casual fans would, oh, that one song that's on all the time. Um, and then who else? A lot of '70s bands, had just kind of one hit. I mean, but like to me, a lot of people say Rat's a one hit wonder. But being that I'm a super fan of Rat, I would say no. Lay It Down was a good hit. Back for More, but most people would only be able to name Round and Round. So, um, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Was it Joey? Joey something Silvera? That was his only hit. So. Well, I mean, I think Rat has a fantastic catalog. I mean, they got some, Way Cool Jr. was a good song. It had a blues influence. Heard it came from Memphis, somewhere down south. Started hanging with the blues crowd. That's where it got that crazy sound. What is all this talking going round? Steel guitar strapped across his back. Now, I'll probably get demonetized for singing. I mean, Nobody Rides for Free. I don't know if it necessarily was a hit, but a very good song. Of course, that was when Robin Crosby had kind of checked out of the band. So, Peter Chicken Man, the Breakwater, of course, absolutely. I'm trying to think. I mean, L.A. Guns, really, the Ballad of Jane. Of course, they had other good songs, but you ask a casual fan in here, and most people would only be able to name Boss Skaggs, the Lido Shuffle. Name me another Boss Skaggs song. Next time, Chi-Town, Leo playing Funny Town, and let him roll. I say one more time, gonna get it. One more for the road, Lido. Whoa. How about Ian Hunter? All of the good ones are taken. Yes, I do. I'm old enough, LA, to remember that. So I mean, it's Lita Ford, "Kiss Me Deadly." Um, there's so many. I mean, I'm trying to think of other. Well, the Buggles, "Video Killed the Radio Star." Name me another Buggles hit, and you can almost say, I mean, Asia. I love Asia. I mean, they were like a three-hit wonder band because they had "Only Time Will Tell," "Don't Cry," "Heat of the Moment," "Smile Between Your Eyes." Any tips on how I can get a boyfriend? Well, you let me know when I can get a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I mean, just um, so many. Well, let me know what you like, Jason, but keep it in the boundaries of good taste, of course. Um, I mean, I can only name one Glenn Campbell song, "Rhinestone Cowboy." I mean, that's a bop. That's a bop. Cake's another one. Some people may say Weezer with Buddy Holly. I mean, I love Weezer, and I could name 10 songs, but most people, if you put a gun to their head, would say, Buddy Holly. Glenn Campbell, I mean, a "Rhinestone Cowboy." I've been walking these streets so long, singing the same old song. I know every crack in those dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get lost away like the snow and the rain. Boy, he ain't kidding there. Look at me in comedy. But I mean, obviously there's the Sweater Song. There's Lubbock, Texas, home of the great Buddy Holly. Um, you know, I mean, Buddy. I mean, I'm staggered. It's not really the same topic, but Buddy Holly having as many hits as he did, given his short career, like is pretty. Lit. My Own Worst Enemy. That's Beverly Hills. That's where I wanna be. Yeah, absolutely fastball. I love me some Robbie Benson and One on One. that end line where he goes up to G.D. Spradlin when G.D. Spradlin's like, "Hey, we'll offer you a scholarship." He's like, "Coach, I can play basketball anywhere I want. As far as that scholarship, all the way up with a red hot poker." Um, I mean, there's so many people. Well, well, I wouldn't say the Click Five had a hit, but Just the Girl. If you say, name me a Click Five song, everyone, literally 100% of the people will say Just the Girl, the Click Five. My favorite Dave Edmunds song is High School Nights off the Porky's 3 soundtrack. And I don't think it was necessarily a hit, but certainly a good tune. Yeah, I mean, there's Elvis Costello. When you look at, I'm trying to think of some bands from around that. Well, Golden Earring, The Twilight Zone. I mean, I know they had Radar Love, so maybe they're a two-hit wonder band. Sister Sledge, We Are Family. Shout out to Dave Parker. Yeah, I mean, name me another Richie Valens song. I mean, how about, Waylon Jennings losing a coin flip to, I think, the Big Bopper. And, the Big Bopper's another one-hit wonder. Chantilly Lace. Chantilly Lace, what a pretty face. I mean, there's so many one-hit wonders that go through all, the Shirelles. Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? What up, Cold Sea? We got about another 15 minutes before we end the stream, and I must go to the gym now to use the elliptical. Status Quo. I mean, you get into new wave and punk. I mean, Motorhead, although, they've been around for 1,000 years, really most people, if they can, will name Ace of Spades. What about comics one-hit wonders? I mean, you mean, well, in terms of like a TV show? I mean, that's an interesting one. One-hit wonder. Well, Tom Rhodes, he had that one, Mr. Rhodes, was hot for a second. I'm trying to think now. You got me too much. Hamburger. I mean, there's a lot of probably one-hit wonders in terms of TV shows. I mean, yeah, Twisted Sister, but I would say I Want to Rock was a pretty big, so they might have been a two-hit wonder. It does have wonderful artwork, no doubt about it. That's a fact, Jack. I'm trying to think. Can we go King Cobra with Never Say Die off the soundtrack of Iron Eagle? Hello! I mean, Billy Idol is far from a one-hit wonder, but, most people would say Rebel Yell. That song was so big that, but I mean, he has a lot of he's not a one-hit wonder. I'm just saying that, a lot of people would, if you had to name a Billy Idol song, you'd say one-hit wonder. I mean, Bananarama, Cool Summer, 100%. Every now and then I'll slip in a dab. I just said, you have to pay for the Dabbleverse questions. I would love to see the Buddy Holly Museum. That's one of my favorite movies, was Gary Busey and Charles Martin Smith and Don Stroud, a great character actor from the 70s, as the Crickets. Yeah, but I mean, Cool Summer was probably like a song that most people would name. I'm trying to think. Now, New Wave, you always had like a lot of one-hit wonders. You had, what was that? Red Rockers, I think. China, calling out to history. Is that the way you'll always be? Definitely a one-hit. Romeo Void, that one song, I Might Like You Better If We Slept Together. The Waitresses, I Know What Girls Like. What's the most lucky rock metal band ever? I'll say Metallica. I mean, I would say Rat, to be honest with you, because they hit MTV at the height of, when you should hit it. And, Round and Round was a big video because of Milton Berle. And then I think Back for More with Milton Berle, and their videos, Lay It Down was a cool video with the little kid, and who I saw at the Whiskey when he introduced Lay It Down a couple months ago. I mean, a lot of those the Cars were certainly very lucky that they were so visual, and MTV was a visual format. Um, you know, yeah, I mean, David Naughton making it, that's a kind of a campy. I mean, he wasn't really a musician, but like, making it was a big song back in the day. I'm solid gold. I've got the goods. They stand when I walk through the neighborhood. I'm making it. This time in life, I'm taking it. No more faking it. This time in life, I'm making it. Ooh, 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 I'm no uptown, a by party. The top of the ladder is waiting for me. Rick Derringer, I'm a Real American, the Hulk Hogan theme. Yeah, Devo lucked out with the MTV. More one-hit wonders, same song, Falco and Der Kommissar. Don't turn around, whoa, Zsa Zsa, the Commissar's in town, whoa. Um, I mean, you might say Wang Chung is a one-hit wonder with Everybody Have Fun Tonight, although my favorite Wang Chung song is Let's Go, but they also had To Live and Die in L.A. So I love American Werewolf in London. That movie was scary as fuck. I don't hate yacht rock, but it's not my. It's not. Yes. No. It was Falco and After the Fire. Hold on, Gino's Vacuum. What do you think of $1.99? What do you think of? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I got a super chat. And I don't know how to conduct myself. What do you think of Corey Feldman's music? I mean, he's an entertainer. I'll say that. I mean, I don't like it. Like, would I go see Corey Feldman in concert? Not really, but it's not bad. Yeah, Gary Newman, that's the ultimate one-hit wonder. Um, uh, Bonnie Tyler, It's a Heartache. Yeah, well, I got excited when I got a super chat. I mean, I figured all this singing I'm doing, I should make some money on this stream. Hey guys, congratulations! I've hit the goal, $1.99. Fuck it. Um, sorry about that, William. Um, Trying to think. I mean, well, I mean, it's played in car commercials. I mean, but he was so innovative that he was much. He's kind of like the outfield, where he's much more than just that song. But certainly, that song has made him a fair amount of money because it's still played on radio today. So, I mean, Quiet Riot, I guess you could say, is kind of a one-hit wonder with Come On, Feel the Noise. I mean, I'm a fan of other songs, Mental Health and Mama, We're All Crazy Now, but, most people would name Come On, Feel the Noise. Dancing Forever, wasn't that by Yaz? Well, he's probably pretty psyched. I mean, Christopher Cross, I mean, you might say, I mean, I don't know if he was considered a one-hit wonder because he had Sailing and the theme from Arthur, but, he was maybe a one-album wonder. I mean, Corey Feldman, I met him once at Roast Battle. He's a nice dude. Well, I would say Rat had more than just one hit. I mean, they're definitely most known for Round and Round, but I would say Lay It Down and Back for More were solid hits. And, Nobody Rides for Free, closed out their career nicely. I'm trying to think of other. Well, I'm sure it was forced on them. I mean, I'm sure knowing Kevin Dubrow like I knew him, that he was like, I don't want to cover some other band's fucking songs, but they were their only two hits. So that reeked of a manager going, just do the fucking song, bro. Um, you know, I like Round and Round. I mean, it's a great, yeah, Triumph is another one. I mean, I almost said Corey Holcomb, Corey Hart, Sunglasses at Night. Mike and the Mechanics, All I Need Is a Miracle. Not that they were around for that long. Kaja Gugu, Too Shy Shy, Hush Hush Hidey Eye. I mean, the 80s were like king of the one hit wonders. I'm trying to think. I mean, so many. Robbie Dupree, I think Steal Away. Why don't we steal away? Do, steal away into the night. Yeah, I mean, I was going to say Trouble with Lindsey Buckingham, but yeah, Holiday Roads, um, a decent Lindsey Buckingham tune. Yeah, I mean, I love, and the dance is a great video, of course, with the great Dick Shawn as the host in the video. He was really funny. Yeah, Died in Your Arms. What's that song by Simple Minds? It was a real big hit. I mean, they had other songs, but yeah, Take on Me. Don't You Forget About Me. I mean, I don't know what their other songs were, but everyone can name that. I mean, Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl, although he had some other good songs. Sammy Hagar, I Can't Drive 55. I mean, 8 more minutes, guys. 7 more minutes to get in all of your one hit wonder. I mean, 80s, I think, were really prolific with one hit wonders. Just so many, the musical and the disco era, Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. Yes, Black Betty, absolutely. Oh, he had some great songs. I've Done Everything for You, which I think was written for him by Sammy Hagar. What up, old glory? Can't touch this. Yeah, I mean, MC Hammer. Name me another MC Hammer song. You really can't. Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, Kool and the Gang had some great songs, but I would say most people would name Celebration. Not a one-hit wonder, but they're pretty close. Of course, you had. I mean, when I saw them open up for Van Halen in 2000, maybe 12ish, you kind of forget how many hit songs they have. Grand Funk Railroad's the same thing, where they are way more than we're an American band. Like, it was the same thing because I saw Bruce Kulick from Kiss. He was the guitar player, I think, for like 20 plus years for them. Not in their heyday, but after he left Kiss and whatnot. And you just sit there going, "Oh, I didn't know they sang this song. I didn't know they sang this song." Jim Croce. I mean, you could say "Time in the Bottle." Did he? He did "Bad Bad Leroy Brown," which is probably what he's known for the most. Um, I mean, listen, that was my whole thing when I was watching Kool and the Gang. I was, I think there was maybe about 12 to 15 people on stage, and I think only 3 OG members. I'm like, how's this band making fucking money? Like, I know what bands play the replacement players. It ain't a lot. I mean, there is a fascinating, if you go on metalsludge.com, there is a fascinating, and I think the thread, if you go on the gossip board in the general discussion area, someone posted, and it's really interesting, the Vinnie Vincent contract that he didn't sign with Kiss. And it was insane what they wanted, all his publishing from songs before Kiss and anything he wrote after Kiss. I mean, they really, so, although I'm sure pussy and a few side money dollars are alluring to a lot of people, but, like, I can see why he didn't sign that contract. What up, Ryan? What up, Ryan? Yeah, what was John Denver's only hit? Rocky Mountain High? Yeah. I love the nighttime. What song is that? Only Earl has to hand a rock. Yeah, 100%. The great Steven Adler. I'm trying to think of some more metal bands that were classified. You know, Crocus, Midnight Maniac, Autograph, Turn Up the Radio. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I thought Rocky Mountain High. What up, Moses? What up, Moses? All right, we got 4 more minutes, kids. 4 more minutes. See, the only Joe Jackson song I can name is She Really Going Out with Him? I'm trying to think of some I mean, I'm not really familiar with too many country artists other than Glenn Campbell. Yeah, I mean, Denver had a few hits. I'm trying to think. Sir, no, Ghetto Dreams. We don't do the racial humor in here. Out of control, man. We got a troll coming in late. I know what you tried to get me to say. I know what it stands for. I mean, you want me to say you gotta super chat me. See, I know how to troll the trolls. Shit. The Fat Boys, or are they a one-hit wonder? Glenn Campbell's a great guitar player. So is Claude Akins, from Hee Haw. I love the Fat Boys song, The Twist, with Chubby Checker. Well, speaking of that, The Twist, name another Chubby Checker song. So, I'm trying to think of other, but I just love that, if you listen to Chubby Checker and the Fat Boys, it's pretty funny. Like, it's a great blend of the original song, but, with a beatbox, and whatnot. I'm trying to think. Well, Europe, The Final Countdown. I mean, outside of Carrie, but The Final Countdown is still played in commercials and shit. What about Eddie Rabbit? I love a rainy night. All right, 2 more minutes, guys, and then Earl has to go to the gym, so I don't look like the trolls in the stream. Hello! We didn't have too many trolls tonight. I named that tune. Well, whoever sang the Joey Silvera, believe it or not. I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so. I got my mind set on you. That's a good video. I actually thought it was George Harrison in the video doing the ballet in it. Well, Dan Hartman, the ultimate, maybe the greatest one-hit wonder of all time, Dan Hartman, I Can Dream About You. Because if you watch that video, here's the crazy thing about the video. It's the 5 heartbeats, basically, who was in that band in Streets of Fire. You had Robert Townsend, Grand Bush, Michael T. Williamson, and I think one more, and they were lip-syncing to Dan Hartman's song. Moving sidewalks, I don't see under my feet. Climbing up from the pain in my heart, 'cause it's you that I need. I can dream about you if I can hold you tonight. All right, you get the picture. Inappropriate Earl Podcast, 100%. Let's get the plugs out of the way. 30 seconds left. Thank you to William Zoom for the moderation duties tonight. BJ and the Bear was, I don't know if it was a radio hit, but I'm off to Dallas. Who's providing my palace? New dreams and women too. A BJ McKay, and this is his best friend, Bear. Wah, wah. All right, Earl Skakel, over and out. I love you all. Winger, she's only 17, but you can't sing that song anymore. Hello!